Hi, it's Dina Leibniz again. Okay, I know it's been a while. My computer's been acting really crazy. Um, and for whatever reason, I couldn't make him in the basement anymore. So I'm here at the front of my house. Is it pretty? Okay, this used to be a fireplace. Anyway, uh, so today we are going to do, I promise you, okay, abortion facts every conservative needs to know. Okay, so we are going to start with fetal development because that's very important. If you don't understand how human life takes place and at what stages it's this or that, because they come out with these little buzzwords, and if you don't understand what they mean, it can throw you, and we don't want that to happen. So I am going to give you very basic stuff that you can go and learn for yourself. I am not a doctor. I don't pretend to be one on TV. Okay, so this is just basic knowledge. Okay, um, and the first part of human development is the zygote stage. Okay, and that's just basic fertilization. That's the egg and the sperm getting together and creating a new life. Now, once that process happens, all the genetic material needed for life takes place. So you learn. So the baby will will have, it tells you like the shape of the eyes, the color of the eyes, the shape of the nose, the color of the skin. All that takes place during the zygote stage. Okay, so everything that you are today, how you look like, that all took place during the first 24 hours. The rest of the pregnancy is pretty much refining those processes that take place at the very beginning. Okay, so that's the zygote. Okay, stage. Now, what the zygote does is it travels down the fallopian tube, and this is like a 2 to 3 day journey. It just travels down, and it will implant itself on the uterine wall. Okay, um, and as it's doing that, as it's traveling down, it develops into a blastocyst. Okay, now what happens here is that you have um, the it turns into a ball of cells. Now, when they say, "Oh, it's just a clump of cells," this is what they're talking about. But you don't kill a clump of cells because you don't even know you're pregnant at this point either. Okay, um, so it turns into this ball of cells, right? Kind of looks like this. Okay, so you have their inner cells, and then this outer part, that's their outer shell. Okay, and so that's like the placenta and the amniotic fluid and everything that is going to protect the baby and keep it safe in the womb. Okay, so that's what the outer shell does. Okay, the inner cells are multiplying, okay, and exponentially, if I said that correctly. And so it goes like 2, 4, 8, 16, okay? So it's also a very rapid process. So this does not stay at clump of cells for very long, okay? And then it sort of implants itself into the uterine wall, and, it starts to form, you know, the baby. Okay, so that takes a couple of weeks. The next stage that we have, you get to about week 5, and that is the embryonic stage. Okay, so every major system and structure that you will ever have, from your respiratory to your nervous system, like everything, takes place during these weeks, okay, 5 to 10. Okay, so your heart begins to develop, and that's usually around day 40. Okay, um, and you also develop your brain, spinal cord, blood, kidney, nerve cells. And I might be wrong about her. It might start earlier. It might be actually at week 5, so like day 35. But between 35 and 40 days, you get your heart. Okay, but you get everything. All right, so That is the embryonic stage. Now, this is the stage where most women find out that they're pregnant, between 4 to 6 weeks. Okay? It's like, oh, I missed my period. And you go to the doctor and you see that little plus sign. And okay. So that's when most abortions are happening during this time. Okay? And so, like I said, you already have a lot of your major muscles and your major, not well, not necessarily muscles. You have your major um, systems that you are going to need to have continued life. Okay, and as I pointed out, you also get your nerve cells. So when they say you don't feel any pain, well, you have nerves to feel pain. Okay, so that's a lie. All right, so the baby does feel pain, even at this very young stage. Okay. Um, So we're going to go on to the next stage. And this is the last stage. This is the fetus, okay? This is week 10 into birth. So at this point, you pretty much have gotten everything you're going to need from the first three, okay? At this point, it's just an aging process. Everything's sort of, like I said, refines itself. It sort of just sorts itself out, okay? Um, so that's the embryonic, I'm sorry, the fetus stage. Now, at week 19 to 21, your baby can hear. At week 23 to 25, bone marrow makes blood cells. And week 26, eyebrows and eyelashes are well formed. Okay, so I just picked these. You can go and find out all this information. I got it from the National Institute of Health. And it's a very baby friendly site. I was really surprised because it's run by the US government and they're not known to be baby friendly. Um, but yeah, they use terms like baby and little one, and so it was quite interesting. So go there, National Institute of Health, and you will look up fetal development, and it will tell you. And then you could pick out milestones that mean something to you. I just picked out, a few. All right, so that is very basic fetal development. So when people say, "Oh, it's just a zygote," you're like, "No, you don't kill zygotes because a woman doesn't even know she's pregnant. So what are you talking about?" You know. So that's something that you are able to use. The next one, and this is going to take a while because there's so many people. I might cut down on them and do just a few, and then make another video because this is already at 8. Um, but these are sort of the icons of abortion history. Okay, the people who gave it to us, the people who fought against it. Okay, and sometimes they were the same person. Okay, so I'm gonna go and just do very basic, knowledge of that. And like I said, this is a lot, so I might make 2 videos for this. Um, anyway, so let's start with the most infamous of all abortion figures, and that is Margaret Sanger. Okay, so she started Planned Parenthood, as we all know. Before that, it was the Birth Control Federation. Now, Margaret actually went to jail during like the 20s, I believe, because she was distributing pamphlets and literature that dealt with birth control. And we had laws back then called the Comstock laws, and that was against the law. And so she went to jail. When she got out, that's when she started, Planned Parenthood and things of that nature. Okay, so she was a big fan of Hitler. She just loved the guy. They were just, yeah, so nice, so nice when evil people can get along. But no, she was a big fan of eugenics. She actually brought some of Hitler's ideas over to here because she's versatile like that. Okay. Um, she spoke at a KKK rally for women because women can be evil. Yeah, women can be bigots because we just We're all just for like rights, aren't we? So whatever men can do, we can do better. All right. So a KKK rally for women, and she just exploded. I mean, she was getting more like offers, and she was making tours, and she just had a great old time at that KKK rally. Okay, she devised the Negro Project. Now, basically, what that was a way to exterminate black folks without them knowing they were being exterminated. So, um, her idea was to get a bunch of black ministers, because we all listen to the minister. So, get a bunch of black ministers and have them sort of distribute the company line about you know birth control and family planning, and basically just a way to eliminate black folks because we were weeds. Okay. And probably gonna mess this up, but she was like, and you know, we should hire a couple of ministers, to help us with this. So, because we don't want it to get out that we're trying to exterminate black folk. No, we are, but we don't want them to get out. And if it, occurs to any of the more rebellious members, then we can the black minister would be the guy to correct it. Okay, so that's a paraphrase. But anyway, um, so that was her project. That's what she wanted to do. Just to either sterilize, abort, whatever, you know, all the weeds, and black folks just happen to be a weed. Um, she duped Martin Luther King Jr. to join in her birth control cause. Um, and he was given an award, and he sung the praises of Planned Parenthood, but he really didn't understand the depth of what Planned Parenthood did. And I mean, if you want to learn more about how he was just sort of manipulated and lied to, go to AvitaKingMinistries.com. And that's his niece, and she'll explain it. Okay. So she can explain it much better than I can. But that's sort of Margaret said. Okay. Next, you may not have heard of him, um, but if you've been in the abortion biz a while, you probably have. And that is um, Bernard Nathanson. Okay, so let me put that up there. Okay, now Bernard presided, there we go, over 60,000 abortions. That's a lot. Okay, he did over 5,000 himself, including his own child. He aborted his own child. Okay, he confessed to lying about the abortion numbers pre-roll. So he was saying something like it was like a million or some outrageous numbers, and the numbers were more. I don't know. I mean, worldwide, it was probably in the thousands. You know, once we get penicillin, especially in America, the numbers drop to where they are pretty much today, which is like in the hundreds. Um, but he lied. He just made it seem like, oh, all these women are just dying. Okay, whatever. Um, Sorry, I had to stop saying a lot. I need to work on that. Okay, so he convinced Betty Friedan to make abortion a women's rights issue. Now, Betty was like, oh, I don't know what's abortion. And he said, no, 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 Betty, girl, listen to me. Men could go out and just, sleep with anybody they want to, and they don't have to worry about getting pregnant. And you will not be equal until you're able to go and pretty much do the same thing. And abortion is the only way you can really do that, really even the playing field. And she was like, okay. And so Betty eventually made it part of the whole feminist platform, and 57 million babies later. Okay, Bernard also made the film The Silent Scream, which depicts an actual abortion. And you sort of see the baby's kind of mouth opening, and it looks like it's screaming. And um, he became pro-life before he died, and he also became a Roman Catholic. And he started off as a Jewish atheist, so that's a big switch. He then, while he was still pro-choice, he started NARAL. Now they have gone through different names. It was always NARAL, has meant various things, but basically it's NARAL, Pro-Choice America. And he started it, and it's like the largest pro-choice organization in the country. Um, so yeah, I'm going to stop there. That's 16 minutes, and I'll see how it is, and then I'll do part two. And yeah, so because this is a long video, I don't want to like take forever. So, but that should at least get you started, okay? And I hope you have at least learned a little something from this, and we'll continue with it, okay? All right, bye.